Starch is a glue. It's a chemical compound. It's not even food. And you can see it. People who eat a starch-based diet are struggling.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, and once again a big shout out to my moderator Peter for sending me another video clip from this just completely wacky, zany, lying raw vegan influencer, Raw Vegan Rising. So yes, I've made quite a few videos about this guy in the past, and I'm making quite a bit now in recent times. Yeah, Peter keeps sending me these videos, and the more I see them, I really feel this personal need to call this dude out on his lies, on the dangerous health information he's giving to gullible viewers in his YouTube videos. So I'm going to keep doing this until he stops, and which means I'll probably keep doing this for quite a long time. So now he's trying to scare people away from eating some of the healthiest foods known to science: starches and legumes.
This is controversial, but it is so true. Get the cooked starches out of your life. Potatoes, rice, beans, breads, pastas.
So potatoes, rice, beans, breads, and pastas. These foods are to be completely eliminated and avoided. Why? Because according to him, these foods are making people sick. So to support this big, bold, extreme health claim, it's great that he provides such detailed scientific backing for his claim. No, he doesn't do anything of the sort. No citations needed. Just trust him because he's a shaman, he said in past videos. But anyway, unlike him, I'm going to show you what the actual science says and show you that Shane, I believe his name is completely full of shit. When researchers actually follow people eating these foods over many years, they see the opposite pattern of what he's describing. A big meta-analysis in the BMJ looked at over 700,000 people and found that higher whole grain intake was associated with lower risk of coronary heart disease, cardiovascular disease, total cancer, and lower all-cause mortality. The people eating the most whole grains lived longer and had less heart disease. Another meta-analysis in a cardiology journal concluded that higher whole grain intake is linked with lower total mortality and lower cardiovascular mortality, with particularly strong and robust reductions for heart disease deaths. These findings support guidelines that recommend at least 3 servings of whole grains per day. So if cooked starches like whole grain bread and brown rice were slowly killing everyone, you wouldn't see people eating more of them and having less disease and better survival.
We're told we need to eat these grain-based foods and that they're healthy for us, but they're really causing acid waste accumulation in the body. They're causing constipation in the body.
Acid waste accumulation. He speaks that with such confidence, like it's an actual medical diagnosis that real doctors give. No, far from it. No, acid waste accumulation is largely a vague detox term, but it's based on deliberate misuse of real physiological concepts. Of course, he's speaking what I take as just some raw propaganda nonsense bullshit. I mean, a 2024 paper in the Science of Food reviewed evidence on plant-based foods and chronic illness and found that higher intakes of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and these horrible whole grains were associated with reduced risk of several chronic diseases. And no surprise, there's absolutely zero mention of acid waste from eating brown rice and potatoes.
They're causing constipation in the body.
So whole grains and starches are causing constipation in the body? Well, this one is completely upside down. Of course. This is completely nuts. I mean, all us vegans and most non-vegans are very aware of the role that fiber plays in having us produce bowel movements. Clinical sources like Mayo Clinic explain that dietary fiber increases the weight and size of stool and softens it, and that bulky, softer stool is easier to pass and lowers the chance of constipation. They explicitly list fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grain breads, cereals, and rice as fiber-rich foods that help prevent constipation. I mean, this is absolutely embarrassing. I mean, how's this guy live with himself? Does he know that the information he's given about how legumes and starches cause constipation is the exact opposite of the scientific consensus? The scientific consensus recommends eating these very foods to help loosen your stool. They don't cause constipation. But it gets even worse. Listen to this next bit. Listen to how completely detached from reality this dude is.
And you can see it. People who eat a starch-based diet are struggling.
What in the F and H are you talking about? People who eat starches in their diet are struggling? Struggling in what way? Struggling to contain themselves from being completely outraged at such complete bullshit information that has no basis in science or reality? What are you like? What kind of struggle? Tell me, dude. Is your name Shane once again? How am I struggling? I'm listening. Just comment down below. Come to my comments and tell me. Be very specific how I'm struggling. FYI, so you have a complete picture about me. I'm about 3 months away from turning 59 years old. I've been vegan since 2010. I have great blood labs. Watch all my past blood lab videos. Great athleticism, slam dunking in my 50s. Please explain to me how I am struggling, because I am not struggling. I'm just struggling because I'm pissed off right now because you're lying to people. Just blatant lies, giving people information that makes them afraid to eat some of the world's most healthy foods, as shown by science. A meta-analysis on whole grains found that people in the highest intake categories had significantly lower risks of all-cause mortality and cardiovascular mortality than those in the lowest. And on the legume side, systematic reviews and cohort data show that higher legume intake is associated with reduced risk of cardiovascular disease and coronary heart disease. So if anything, the pattern is people who don't regularly consume grains and legumes tend to be worse off over time, not the other way around, as this clown is saying.
Starch is a glue. It's a chemical compound. It's not even food.
Wow, so much wrong there. I'm not even sure where to start, but let's start with the big fear tactic there that, ooh, starch is a glue. He's technically right that industry can start with a starch and process that into a form of a glue. But that doesn't mean a boiled potato in your stomach is somehow acting like glue any more than, say, corn in your stomach is acting like plastic, because, you can take corn and turn it into bioplastic.
It's a chemical compound.
Everything you eat or consume is a chemical compound. Water, H2O, is a chemical compound. Glucose, sugar, is a chemical compound. Vitamin C is a chemical compound. Just because something is a chemical doesn't automatically make it bad. And I find it really hard to believe that he's that stupid that he doesn't know that all foods are chemicals, but it serves him well to try to play up starch as a chemical compound. It's bad for you. How about your juices? Your juices are a chemical compound. You don't scare your followers away from doing that, right? And calling starch not even food is flatly wrong. Human beings have evolved specific enzymes that specifically help us digest starch. So for him to say starch is not a food completely ignores nutritional science, biology, physiology. This guy is completely lying and making stuff up. The whole entire video, not just this claim, as I showed, everything he said here has absolutely zero scientific support, no studies. Just believe me, I'm a shaman. I eat raw food. I'm operating at this high frequency like it's in the last video I reviewed. No, you're operating on a level of complete fraudster, bullshit artist, and giving people potentially dangerous information, encouraging them, scaring them away from eating the healthiest foods on the planet, like starches, legumes, foods that have been shown to increase your life, decrease your risk of death. But no, don't listen to what science says. Listen to what this complete nutty, wacky, zany, raw foodist liar says, because he's a bullshit artist trying to screw you up. So yeah, I know people are saying, yeah, you're happy, healthy vegan. Why are you not being chill? Because yeah, I'm pissed. I'm pissed that social media platforms allow people like this a platform to spread misinformation, non-evidence-based information that is actually harmful to people, and he profits off this. Charges like hundreds of dollars an hour and thousands for like a month of his coaching or whatever. He teaches how to drink juice or some bullshit like that. Anyway, guys, if you thought everything this guy said is completely on the up and up and, F science, scientists don't know anything. They're all stupid. They don't eat raw food. How can they know anything? If you believe that, you're a complete effing moron. But I want to talk to you. Come to my Friday live stream, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Try to be civil and chill. I will try my best to, and maybe we can have a conversation about this. So anyway, guys, hit like, share this video. Don't fall for raw food scams. Eat a diet that's recommended by associations of health professionals that don't say to give up entirely healthy food groups like this nut saying. So listen to the science, don't fall for the BS from the grifters, and remember, it doesn't suck being vegan.